Now, some students of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, are expressing anger against the rector of the institute, Professor Samuel Kwekubonsu, blaming him for allegedly running what they call a one-man show. This was after the rector refused to extend the registration is to be done. What really are the processes that each student is supposed to go through?
Thank you very much, Desmond. So usually what happens is that when the semester begins, you are required to pay 60% of your fees per certain date. And only then you can register. Then before the examination, you're supposed to have completed the remaining fees. Usually the fees, the amount mentioned is communicated a bit late. So most of the time students are not able to prepare exactly how much is going to be paid. So that's one of the issues. Yeah.
Okay, and since this happened, have you tried engaging, the rector, with respect to the number of students who will be affected by this closure of the deadline?
Yes. So the student front, that is led by the outgoing president, Kofi Abuchi. They've engaged the administration a couple of times. This issue is not an issue that started today. It's something that we've suffered as GIMPA students, at least since I've been in the school. Yes, we've always had to push for registration deadlines to go back, but this semester has been chaotic. Yeah.
So, with what is happening now, what are you seeking to do to make sure that at least the rector listens to your plea and make sure that these students who are stranded now can register for their courses?
Okay, so last night, that's at around 8 p.m., the management of the school opened the system. But they are saying that it will be closed by Sunday, that's on the 12th. Now, the biggest problem we have in school is that it takes 48 hours for your fees to reflect before you can register. So if I pay my fees today, I'd only see it in my portal after 48 hours. Now you open the portal on Thursday evening, put out a newsletter and say that you're closing it on a weekend Sunday. It's impossible for students to pay today Friday and then be able to register by Tuesday. So what we want them to do right now is to extend the time.
All right, so let's get on to Zoom and speak to Michael Breje. He's a student activist, and ask him, some questions with regards to this. Michael, welcome to the program. Now, I understand that the portal was opened and it's said to be closed again. Is it enough for you, or you're still, not happy with what's happening?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Michael. Hello, Mike. Hello, Michael, can you hear me? Okay, so we'll work on that and get back to Michael. So you want another extension?
Yes. The thing is, over 600 students haven't registered. And the main examination starts on Monday. The 1100 started 2 weeks ago, and they're finished. Some are finishing today, some are finishing next week. It's not ample time. We've had backlogs of up to 2 years of students with registration issues. We don't want that anymore. We are saying that they should listen to us. They should give us more flexible terms. And also, the 48 hours reflecting period is small. We are in a digitization economy now. We should be able to pay through mobile money and other mediums. We should get just-in-time reflection of our fees when we pay. These are the things that we want. Yes.
Okay. So for the students who are still stranded and are confused as to what to do, as you are SRC president-elect, I'm sure there's a very tough period for you to be able to sort this out for them. What would you say to them?
I encourage everyone to keep paying their fees. I mean, don't wait, because people have lost confidence. They don't know what to do. Please pay your fees. We are still pushing. We're still pushing. Whenever the system is going to be open, you register immediately. But for now, this is what we have. But pay your fees and make sure that you do not get stranded. And also for next semester, try and prepare before it begins and before the various deadlines, so that we can minimize these kind of situations. That's what we're advising students to do.
But I'm very curious, though. The allegation of a one-man style leadership from the rector of the school. I'm just trying to understand that, because if you say that you've engaged the school and now the school says, okay, we can help you out and do, a few more days, at least he listened to your plea.
So the article, was a graceful one. It wasn't written by us, actually.
Okay.
We saw it and then we jumped on the opportunity because the issue is big.
Okay.
So about, he's faced a lot of pressure, if you ask me.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why it was open yesterday.
All right.
But then, now that we have a voice, we are pleading on the rector and management that you extend the time. Sunday is not enough.
Kelvin, hold on. Let me get back to Michael, who is on Zoom with us. Michael, welcome back to the program. Now, what more do you want the authorities of the school to do to help students? Because I understand that there's been an extension, but what again do you want? And even, bringing this to an end so it doesn't keep happening every semester.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your listeners and your viewers, particularly students from the GEMPA community. I think that what the student community needs, it's very simple. That if we look at the timelines that exist, particularly paying attention to the university's own systems in terms of when you pay and when it reflects, particularly also because they have introduced a penalty system that at the time of this plea, there was no penalty system that existed for late registration. So if you introduce a late registration on Thursday at 8 p.m. and say that students should pay for late registration and be registered by Sunday, technically, if we use the 48 working hours to 72 working hours, that minimum, you should be able to have your fees reflect in your portal. Students will not be able to register. It does appear as though you have given with one hand and you have taken with the other. What we're requesting is two things. That one, the late penalty registration be taken off, because most students who have not been able to meet this registration deadline have not been able to meet it because they did not even have the money. And they have strived to get the money at this time and they have paid. If you spring up 500 Ghana cedis on them a night on Thursday night and expect that the only banking day that they can make such payments is Friday, that they come up with it, what you are likely to do is to disadvantage a lot of people who cannot raise that money.
Okay.
Because they actually struggled before they even pay this fees. We know the kind of times that we are in. We're not oblivious about the times that we are in, that people are struggling, and to make fee payments can be quite difficult for students.
Okay.
And so we're asking that one, the penalty regime that has been introduced yesterday be scrapped off so that students can register without any penalty limitations.
Okay.
That two, the extension goes to about a week or two, because there are people, and you see, while we talk about those who have already paid their fees, we must not forget about the class of students that exist who feared that if they made payments to the school and the school did not allow them to register, their monies will be locked up with the school system.
Okay.
So there are students who have the money, but did not pay because of the fear. Now, if you're opening the system, what exactly do you want?
All right, so Michael, we would definitely be flowing through on this story, and hopefully Sunday, what happens after, we'll definitely talk more about that.